Yo, what's up, y'all? Happy Friday. Bowl season rolling right along. Choo! That was a fun Pop-Tarts Bowl yesterday. I could not believe that they descended upon that mascot and gobbled him up like that after game. That shit was crazy. I'm T-Bob Hebert. He's Aaron Murray. This is Collin Wilson, host of the Big Bets on Campus podcast. Been winning us money, growing our nut all year long. Catch all his content on the Action Network. Go follow him on Twitter. Collin, what's up, man? Yeah, we talked last time we talked. It was pre-Christmas, and on that day, I think you had a bunch of future monies roll in, all the over/unders from before the season. Said it was going to be a great Christmas. Did it indeed end up being a great Christmas?
It was a great Christmas for everybody. We got new golf clubs laying around this house. We've got vacations planned. Well, my wife's happy, my daughter's happy, everybody's happy. It was a great Christmas.
Wow! How old's your daughter?
I have a 17-year-old daughter, a 17-year-old boy, and a 16-year-old boy. This house is so full of hormones. I got to get out of here. I'm going to the Rose Bowl. So I'm about to hit a plane tonight, go out to California, enjoy a nice week of golf and Rose Bowl.
Okay, I was just wondering. So you don't have a brand new 15-foot Barbie Dreamhouse monstrosity taking up whatever little room you had in your home left anyway?
No, I mean, my boys were back to back. The Legos, the building, the everything, that is all past me. I am in cruise control. I am champagne on Christmas morning and just lounging the whole day.
Oh God, so good. So I mean, let's be clear. I did a lot of drinking and lounging myself on the Lord's Day. It was great. Aaron had to go to work.
Yeah, and he had a tough job too. He was working harder than
and I continued to be blessed with gifts from Grandma and Grandpa. Where my mom showed up with a new gift for my son today that I, of course, had to build all morning. So
yeah, hell yeah,
it just doesn't end at this age.
All right, so let's. I'm just gonna really expose myself and how holiday I still am right now. What all games are we breaking down with Collin here, Aaron?
Well, I figure we're going to do the college football playoff.
Yes, just to play up. I mean, I thought there were more on that list. Okay, we're just doing the playoff. Okay, my bad, guys. All right, time to talk college
host of the year. My goodness, let's go.
The year, guys. No, shut the fuck up. Everyone knows the week after Christmas doesn't exist. Like, you can't be judged professionally by anything you do in this week. Before it came on, we were just talking about how ridiculous it is with these bowl games. Like, you're just gambling for fun. You can't know what's going to. None of this exists. When has a sale ever been made on December 28th? Name me the big contract that was signed. Okay, no.
We've had a couple big baseball ones.
True. All right, let's talk the Rose Bowl. We talked about a ton on yesterday's show, Collin. So I'm very fascinated to get your insight. Who you got, Alabama or Michigan?
Yeah, this one was rough for me because I'm the one sitting around with 9-1 on Alabama futures thinking I'm not going to touch that going into this game. I don't have a single penny on Michigan. Then I wrote this up for Action Network, should be out tomorrow, full preview, and I completely did a 180. I think Michigan can absolutely win this game. There is a path for them.
This feels like validation, dude. Sorry.
That there is a path of execution that they have to stay on, and if they do that, they're going to win this game. Now, Texas and Georgia laid out the blueprint on defense about what to do with Jalen Milroe. You have to maintain your pass rush integrity and keep Jalen Milroe in the pocket. You have to take away the deep pass because he has 24 big-time throws and no mistakes the entire year on passes over 20 yards. Wow. But if you shift that, it's crazy. If you shift that to 10 to 19-yard passes, one big-time throw, 7 turnover-worthy plays, all his interceptions and mistakes come on medium-range passing. What's Michigan going to do? They're going to line up in quarters, back everybody up, and that defensive line can give Alabama's offensive line a lot of issues. Now, when you go to the other side of the ball, this is where it gets interesting because I can completely see Michigan doing this to Alabama's offense. But over on the offensive side for the Wolverines, what kind of team are we going to see here? The one that tried to line up and bully Georgia 2 years ago in the playoff, or the one that went spread and tempo and wild on TCU?
Yeah,
it's got to be what we saw last year. It's got to be McCarthy moving around with a completely healthy ankle, hitting Donovan Edwards out there. I think we're going to see the Michigan offense that we saw in the Fiesta Bowl last year come out here, Sherrone Moore in his bag of tricks. The one player I would play a prop on, Roman Wilson, 11 TDs on the season. He comes straight out of the slot. Alabama cannot defend slants. They're great on the outside. Kool-Aid McKinstry, Terry, and Arnold, they can't cover slants for some reason. They were so good years past with their slot safety with Malachi Moore, but he has really dropped off in coverage grading. So Michigan's going to have success on offense, showing us things we haven't seen since the Fiesta Bowl last year. It's not a big bet, but I'm covering up my futures on Alabama and taking Michigan.
How about, okay, so because on yesterday's show, Collin, I said, like, if I could remove the coaches and just look at the teams, I want to pick Michigan here. But so because you do everything so numbers based and so systems based, how do you square an intangible like Nick Saban 10-1 with like multiple days to prepare for a playoff or a natty?
I love it when people like Aaron go on a broadcast and try to educate everybody on what the middle eight is. The middle eight is a prime example of what coaches know how to coach in game and which ones don't. Managing the clock is crucial. Getting points up and knowing who gets the ball first in the second half. In this game, it's actually Michigan's advantage. They're 24th in middle eight, Alabama 33rd. So there is in-game adjustments here. Special teams, both are top 5. I mean, it's really close with these two teams in every single factor, but in-game adjustments, Michigan is the one that's proven to be better.
I'm such a fucking coward. I should have chose Michigan yesterday.
Well, Michigan, but the problem is, Michigan, Harbaugh hasn't coached half the games this year. So I mean, is that due to him coaching or someone else coaching?
I don't think he coaches anyway. I mean,
what was that? No, stop. What was that weak flailing attempt of a rebut there, Aaron? You didn't believe anything that you just said.
He hasn't coached half the. I mean, part of those stats aren't his stats. He wasn't on the damn sidelines for 6 games.
Oh man!
I think maybe he interjects on 4th downs, but really this is Sharon Moore. This is Jesse Minter. It's their game.
All right, let's go to the other game. Sugar Bowl. I believe the more competitive of the 2 games because I think Alabama's going to beat the hell out of Michigan. How do you see this one playing out?
Well, I have 100-1 on Washington at the Westgate that pays $50,000. So I would love to go in. I would love to leave. I floated it on Twitter and people are like, oh, what is that? The Westgate hung 100-1 and I had to get some money down on that last February because everybody else was 40-1
for the natty. They
got
on
the natty. Let's be clear. I am on Washington in this game. I do have a Texas future 25-1, but it doesn't pay anything like what this Washington does. I'm not adding to Texas. I'm not touching my futures, and I think Washington wins this game. And I could name off a billion places Texas is going to win this. They have a special teams advantage. They have a tackle grading advantage. They have explosives advantage. But where are they bad? In the secondary. That's not great. And plus, Washington's going to try to run play action. I'm not sure they're going to be successful because you have to set up the run with Dylan Johnson. But when they go 5 wides, their 3 main routes are hitch, out, and wide receiver screen. You go and look at Texas's defense in the secondary, 37% success rate in defending hitch and wide receiver screens. Penix is going to tear them up. He has a 3.2% pressure to sack ratio. Even if this fantastic pass rush can get past the Joe Moore award-winning offensive line, you're still looking at an NFL quarterback that can just rifle the ball and get it out of the way in no time. I don't think they only had 5 pressures on him in the Alamo Bowl. It was the same offensive line, same defensive front, 5 pressures, 1 quarterback hit. Yeah. So
I keep forgetting this is a rematch. I keep forgetting this is a rematch of now because obviously the teams feel vastly different. They are like in terms of, I guess, who they are, but yeah, Washington did win it pretty handily last season. So one interesting thing about Washington this year to me, Collin, is that in a lot of these big games, it's not always that the rushing attack is dominant, but they are very committed to it. Like they will run the ball around 30 times. Do you expect them to do the same against Texas here?
Only to set up the play action pass because they live and thrive in play action pass, and I think they're going to have some success in it. Where the game really gets a little fuzzy is the other side of the ball with Texas and scoring opportunities because, frankly, they've been bad. I hear the dogs barking for the Huskies. There we go, 100-1. But, I mean, Texas has been really bad in the red zone. They've been really bad in finishing drives. They're 60th in finishing drives, but they're 121st in red zone TD rate. I mean, Sark can be a wizard all he wants on the offensive side, but this team has not been able to execute down at the goal line. I think it's going to be a big factor in this game.
Damn. Surprising. Love it. Okay, so you like Michigan to cover, and what's the spread in the Washington game? I actually don't know. How much?
You can get Michigan -115 or -120 on the money line a lot of places.
Okay, perfect. And then what's the spread on the Washington game?
I would get 4. If you like Washington, get it now. It is not closing 4. I know of a lot of 5-6 figure people that are going in to whack that line down to 3. So
oh wow. Okay, there you go. So go take advantage right now as soon as you hear this. Colin, give us your 3 or 2, however many you want, best plays outside of this as we go into the next few days?
Let's jump on Oklahoma tonight. Is this going to air? Is this going to
It's
air
airing
for
tomorrow.
everybody before?
No. Unfortunately, no. This is a so okay. Man behind the curtain. I don't know if the Pop-Tart man got. No. I don't know if the Pop-Tart man got eaten last night. We're recording this on Thursday.
Well,
so
this is Snap crew.
So this is kind of a fun though exercise though. Tell me what you think's going to happen in this Oklahoma game, and then when people listen, we'll see if you're right or not.
Jackson Arnold on his high school tape runs a flawless RPO, and he has flawless vertical passing. I think he has no problem running this Jeff Levy offense that Seth Littrell is not going to change whatsoever. Arizona, Noah Fafita actually had more turnover-worthy plays and big-time throws downfield. Oklahoma has too much firepower. It's a coin flip game. Take the points.
Okay, there we go. Coin flip game. Take the points. All right. What do we got next?
I took Iowa to cover their touchdown spread. I think that's probably going to go below. Yeah, down 6.5 now. See if you can get a cheap 6.5. I think they're going to give Tennessee all the problems in the world. Joe Milton has declared he's opted out of this.
Yeah.
He is gone. And now we have Nico running quarterback, which he's more suitable for Josh Heupel's offense. That's why he was brought in. But at the same time, this is his first start ever. And you're going to give him up to the Iowa defense on the morning of New Year's Day. It's going to be a really tough ask and a timing offense that really struggles against the kind of coverages that Iowa puts out there. What I also like, if you want a degenerate play, pour yourself a little champagne the morning of New Year's and watch it. Iowa over 13.5 team total points. Why? The defense can score too.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
And you're putting a brand new quarterback. There's a pick six in this game. I would bet that too.
Oh my God.
That is.
Then Tennessee, Colin, if that comes true, then Tennessee boosters ain't gonna be too happy now, Bo. They're paying Nico a lot of money not to lose to Iowa here in game number 1.
That's a tough first assignment.
No, it's super unfair. I'm just saying that the expectations for this cat are pretty massive, considering his rating and everything else. Like this may be unrealistic because Joe Milton played all year, but Tennessee fans absolutely in their head are convinced the offense is going to look awesome without Joe Milton.
Well, I think the other thing about the prop too is that if you go back in Iowa's bowl history, they've scored 21, 17, 29, 29, 42. For some reason, a month of practice, their offense all of a sudden can score.
All right. We got one more. Or is that it? I don't mind ending on the flourish of Iowa team over 13.5.
If you want to throw couch change or Chipotle guac money, I don't think Bo Nix comes off the field in the Liberty Bowl until the very end. You don't really sign up to play this game for your coach and for your teammates and try to wash that Pac-12 championship taste out of your mouth by coming out at halftime. I think he plays the full-time Oregon team total over or the full game over. Liberty's really hard to look at. They had the easiest strength of schedule in the country. There's no way they can deal with the playmakers. I mean, Tez Johnson is playing. Bucky Irving is playing. Way too much for Liberty to deal with here. And I think Bo Nix plays the entire time. And Dan Lanning doesn't care if a 50 burger goes up. So, plus remember this. The Fiesta Bowl always goes over 100 points last year. Think about the turf, right? Maybe you guys have experience with this, but they slide that turf in Glendale. It's outside. I think it gets filled with moistures. They slide it in. Even Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields scored 80 points on this turf a few years ago. So there's something about the Fiesta Bowl. There is always the offense has the first cut, and they always have explosives.
Didn't West Virginia score 70 there one time? Am I crazy? Was that against who was that against? Fuck. Was it Rich Rod days? Oh, well, doesn't matter.
I'm not good enough to play. I was never good enough to get up to the level to play on that turf, but something's going on because people just cannot stay upright on it.
Colin, this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm still trying to mull it over in mind. How the fuck did Neil Brown win 9 games at West Virginia?
Well,
especially when nobody can name a single West Virginia player. Actually, Colin, let's play the game with you. Everybody else has got it wrong. Name me one West Virginia player.
Oh, Garrett Green, CJ Donaldson. Yeah, I mean
I was calling him Cedric Donaldson, CJ Donaldson.
I tweeted about this during the game. I went to Big 12 Media Days and I got the sheet and it said that West Virginia was picked dead last. I said, this is ridiculous. This is a bowl team. I mean, they are the only ones that have a bruising, punch you in the face, grinding mentality in this whole conference. I'm not surprised at all what they did.
There we go.
Did you make some money on them?
Oh, yeah. I was over 5, over 5.5, over 4.5. I had so much money.
Damn. Bro, he should have been 11-2. Not for the Houston game and then blowing Okie State, whatever. All right, Collin, you're the best, man. This has been a very fun football season. Heard you got to do some work with Hester as well. That's nice, man.
Yeah,
That's fun.
did.
But thank you for coming on Snaps all year, man. This has been great. I'm sure we'll talk again before the Natty. But thank you. It's Collin Wilson of the Action Network Big Bets on Campus podcast. Go check it out. This is Snaps. Like, subscribe. We have the Saturday morning preview show coming for you. We're reacting live on Monday to the games as well. So we will see you around. More Snaps.